Recently, a dramatic home fire demonstration dispelled many of the myths and misconceptions about the combustibility of paper fiber-based insulation. This big burn demonstration was designed and conducted at the Maryland Fire and Rescue Institute under the professional supervision of the Code Consortium and Stephen Winter Associates.
The purpose of the demonstration was to compare the fire performance of three buildings, one uninsulated, two insulated, one insulation being fiberglass, and the other insulation being fire retardant treated cellulose.
Testing the fire resistance and fire blocking qualities of a cellulose, a fiberglass, and an uninsulated home, the Big Burn validated previous laboratory test results.
This demonstration is primarily premised on the research that was conducted by the Canadians by an organization called National Research Canada. What it documented was that cellulose had a distinct advantage in providing increased fire resistance over other assemblies, common assemblies such as fiberglass.
Using practices compliant with national building codes, the two-story structures used in the Big Burn were built to replicate the most common new home construction practices. Within each structure, two independent channels of thermocouples measured the interior and exterior temperature of key locations, such as the roof and the walls. Using the state-of-the-art technology, technicians were able to monitor temperatures throughout the entire test. Cribs, stacks of wood designed to mimic the contents of a room, were ignited simultaneously in all three buildings. At 23 minutes, the fiberglass and cellulose first-floor ceilings, which were not insulated, had collapsed within 4 minutes of each other, demonstrating a similar progression of fire in both structures. At 32 minutes after ignition, however, the temperatures measured in the attic of each structure recorded a 600-degree difference between the fiberglass and cellulose structures. After 40 minutes, the uninsulated building collapsed. 2.5 minutes later, the fiberglass structure fell. At 67 minutes, over an hour after the fire was ignited, the cellulose structure finally collapsed.
The structure insulated with cellulose insulation proved 57% more fire resistant than the structure insulated with fiberglass.
This impressive data validates the results of the Canadian laboratory tests. In a real-life situation, 25 minutes of extra fire resistance can make a tremendous difference.